G'day players, this is the third episode of our series and I'm going to teach you guys everything you need to know about loot locations and different strategies that you will need to survive in this island that's called Orca Island. And what we're going to be doing today is moving from the Brightmoor checkpoint to my favorite location, which is Orca Dam. And that is normally where I encounter the most action, because it's such a narrow bridge that you have to cross. There's not a lot of places to run to, and it's almost impossible not to run into other players because of such few entrances and exits that you have. Luckily, on our way here we found a little base which was built creatively but not very practical, and yes, one wall, and basically with any vehicle it would be quite easy for you to get in there. I think even with a with a vehicle it will be easy. And as soon as you see a base with a single wall or with a section of the base that you can get onto that's a single wall high, then you must realize one tire and a jerry can is going to be enough for you to get onto that level. And then basically trying to balance tires and jerry cans on small surfaces is very difficult because they change the dropping of the items so that it falls around a bit, so that it's impossible to stack items very easily. So I wouldn't recommend stacking items, or trying to put an item on a very, on top of a wall to try and see if you can get to the next layer. But for the first jump, or for the first section to check where you want to go, it's quite a good idea if you can get to another flat surface and your buddy can maybe throw another tire or jerry can for you. It will help you tremendously to get into the base. But yes, this is a perfect example of why you need a roof and why you need at least 2 to 3 levels of walls. And goodness gracious, am I getting bleeding markers with every single shot in this game. Of course, I've got the hatchet now. It's basically my favorite weapon next to the nailed knuckles, which I love as well. So yes, you will spend some time throwing the tire or the jerry can around to get it to stand up nicely, because the tire needs to stand right on the side and the jerry can needs to stand upright as well. Because the server is not empty and there's about 5 to 15 players playing regularly, I did not expect to find this. Okay, so yes, why no one else rated it is a bit of a, as I don't know, maybe it's a very newish base with a small amount of players playing at the moment on the first person server. But yes, I was happy, and really gave me what I needed, which was basically an AR with a bunch of ammunition. And yeah, although I don't have the sniper rifle at the moment, I'm sure I'll get it as soon as I get to Orca Dam. But the DDMK-18 with the 19 bullets and the laser sights is giving me a really good chance, and that is basically the kind of setup that you need. If I had an ACOG or a red dot, it would have given me a big advantage with the DDMK-18. But guys, a lot of PvPers, just run around with a pistol and try and get in a headshot with a pistol. Okay, so you don't need an arsenal to go into dangerous areas. You just need something to defend yourself with. But since I want to survive for as long as possible, to try and teach you guys everything that I've learned so far and experience everything. I mean, I still want to experience the different rad storms, and I don't know when they're going to happen. And I still want to show you guys how to figure out which base is the best base to raid and different aspects like that, which I'll get into in later episodes. For now, it was a good raid, very surprising raid, and a good lesson to you guys. If you build a base, make sure you finish it, make sure you close it up, and always make sure that your base is at least 2 to 3 walls high. Okay, you don't have to layer them like the hoarders are doing at the moment, but to stop the initial jumping in, try and make it 2 or 3 layers. Again, there is Hayward. That will be our last objective in the series, and I always go for the satellites. It's a good place to scan the area around me, see if I can see some players. And yeah, Clyde Hill is alright place to loot, but again, the risk that you take by getting sniped or getting trapped, or getting cornered in a small area like Clyde Hill doesn't help you with the danger. So the risk versus reward is not very good for me, and that's one of the biggest things that I always look out for when going into an area, especially in Miscreated, is the risk versus reward. And that's why you'll almost never see me going into the amalgamated airfield at the moment, is because the loot that I'm supposed to find there, or that was there at the beginning of the game, isn't there anymore, and the risk versus reward it's basically the worst area to loot at the moment, because you always have geared players sitting at at certain sniping spots, and again, it's very easy to get trapped in the office buildings or in the bunkers or whatever the case may be. So just remember that, guys. Always compare the risk versus the reward. Okay, and the satellites is very low risk, but not a tremendous reward. Just a breath of fresh air. And of course, I'm gonna go to the new area as well before I go to Hayward Valley to show you guys how nice that looks with all the cool graffiti and everything they've added. So yes, I want to give you guys a complete example. Like here, I wanted to make a fire, but I'm hearing a bear, and because I'm trying to immerse myself in the game, I'm not gonna let the bear go. Okay, I'm not gonna hide. I've got a gun, and I need to get it out of the way, instead of just ignoring it. And yes, just add some excitement to the game. And what I wanted to do here, you guys will see I get very close to the bear, but I wanted it to stand up and roar a bit, just to give you guys a cool aspect of the bear when it stands up and it roars. That's what it normally does when I creep up on it. It normally goes onto its hind legs and gives me a big warning before it charges. I think here I approached it a bit too quickly. But of course, at least I'm showing you guys the bear, which is my main goal in this series. Got a bit scared there, but of course with the AT, you don't need to fear any animals in the world really, but you do have to worry about the ammunition that you're wasting. So yes, glad that I'm showing you guys the bear, because when it comes to the bear, the tip I can give you about the bear, just like I want to give you tips about the wolves as well, is that the bear won't really charge you, and he doesn't pose an immediate threat. You will hear him normally when he's close to you, and he won't bother you unless you bother him. Okay, so yeah, if they can make the grizzly bear so that it actually does chase you down, and is very strong and has major damage capabilities like in real life, that you can't actually afford to get hit by him, because he will maybe immobilize you. That will be great for me. But yes, with the bear, there's not a lot of things that you guys need to know at this point. the way the game is at the moment. So doesn't pose much threat. You can hear it beforehand, and it will basically be your decision if you want to tango with it. Okay, so the only time people really kill bears is when they want the fur to put in their base, or they want the meat, or they just want to have some fun. But normally, if you don't want to fight with the bear, you're not going to fight with him, especially if you can, if you just hear him beforehand. So yes, just cooking my meat here and showing you guys the survival aspect of the game, which is a bit lacking, but which we hope the developers will extend and try and work on as much as possible, because the amount of things you can do outside of looting towns and PvPing is a bit limited, and it is in the plans. But yes, a lot of things are coming, like farming. I hope they make the fishing really fun. It's little side ventures like that will add a lot of value to the PvE side of the game. And yes, I'm really looking forward to the farming and the dynamic world that they're planning. There's a brand new thing, they're going to put doors into the game as well. So yes, at the moment, there's not extremely a lot to do except for building your base, which is a full-time job, and designing a base that you're really proud of is a very, very big part of the game, which I personally enjoy and which I find to be a big challenge, because I'm not architecturally gifted, but I still like to build something that I'm proud of. And if I can build something that competes with the Nevermore PvE server, I'll be really proud of it. But again, coming to this location, I just love the scenery. Okay guys, it's not about the reward. You can see I'm high up, so it's about the scenery for me. Normally there is a spider mutant here, which I wanted to kill, because I'm getting really good at hitting them in the head, and basically one clear headshot kills them, which I also find a bit disappointing, because the spider mutant itself doesn't pose much of a threat, but if the poison that it hits you with stacked, and poison itself had a major bad effect on you, then that would push the fear factor up for me. But at the moment, yes, spider mutant looks phenomenal, but again doesn't really push the PvE side of the game. But I still wanted to get the guides from him, and maybe some cool gear. And yes, while we're here and just doing some sightseeing, we're basically close to the end of the series. On the next episode I will be going to the dam, but I'm going to be waiting till there are at least 20 players on the server, guys. 15 minimum. I'm not going to go to the dam with 10 or 15 players. I've got the gear, I need some action, and you guys can see when I play, and to just let you guys know what days in the week, what days you will be able to hunt me down. That's basically going to be through the week from Monday to Thursday. Okay, Friday and Saturday I've got other work that I must do, and basically uploading videos and researching other stuff and spending some time with friends, and then researching a new architectural program that I have to learn for business. So yes, that's going to take up a lot of my time, but yes, I am going to be playing and recording right through the week and uploading hopefully right through the week, and then of course upload a few videos for you over the weekends as well. Over weekends I'll be uploading 2 to 3 videos, and it won't necessarily just be Miscreated. I'll be putting in some scum videos there and some other games that I'm interested in. So yes, good reason for you to hit that bell button and subscribe. If you did if you do enjoy the content, of course. If you don't enjoy the content, it's not necessary. But yes, guys, that is my main purpose of the series, is to try and show you guys everything that Miscreated has to offer. So, of course, we're going to see all the locations, but everything I encounter, I will be giving you guys tips on, like the wolves and the radiation storms and different PvP situations and different things that you must think about. It's not always easy for me to think in my normal way of thought while I'm under pressure, because Miscreated really pulls me in when I'm in a dangerous situation and I start getting nervous and the thoughts don't always come through right. But because I try and analyze situations on a daily basis, I can, think a bit more about it. And yes, one of my subs said that if you look at the scroll wheel, like if you look at the world items and you see the scroll wheel that you can interact with that item, you can just scroll down to see what you'll get. Okay, which I will be showing you in the next video, because I'm interested in that as well. I haven't done it like that yet, but yes, you can basically scroll down and then first see what is in that item before you take it. Because like you reminded me in the first video, I picked up scrap metal and just threw it away, which I was aware of, but as he says, that makes a lot of noise, can pull attention to you and can cause your death. So thanks a lot for that tip, Drew. And yes, that's all I'm going to say up to this point. This is my main focus. Okay, maybe you guys were a bit unsure about what the purpose is of all these episodes, but a lot of my subscribers wanted a playthrough, like a series, and this is the best kind of series I can do. Just playing the game like everyone else, not really something that interests me, but thinking analytically, or thinking while I'm playing and trying to explain things to you guys, I find it fun. Always like thinking outside the box and trying to analyze every situation I'm in. So yes, guys, that's the main purpose of the series, if you didn't know, is to teach you about the whole map, about all the aspects of the map, and how to best use every single component on the map, and to try and give you guys ideas that you might agree or might not agree with, which you can help me share on Discord and try and get the message across. Because as you know, one stick is very weak, but if you put all the sticks together, they become strong, which we should do. We should stand together as a community and not be divided, because I feel the Miscreated community is very divided at the moment, and we just need to all come together again, and remember what we loved in this game and work as one instead of just arguing with one another. So yes, I'm planning on some excitement for the next episode. I hope you guys click that bell button, and yes, hopefully the subscribe button, because I really want to hit 1,000 subs before the end of the year. And yes, come and enjoy the next episode with me. That will be really action packed, and then we're just going to move to the new area, and we're going to go to Hayward and the docks, and we're going to we are going to experience everything in the game. So we're going to ride the jet skis, guys. So I hope you have fun. Love you, all of you. And see you guys in the next episode. Luthais out. Cheers.